explaining and trying to interpret where we're going and what we're about to do instead of actually being about doing that. Because as we look around, we've been declaring our 3,000 strong probably since I was 15, 14. Have we had 3,000? Probably through the cycles. But I believe that the bishop is saying 3,000 strong here at the same time. Yes. So what is it that we are missing, that some of the things that we are confessing still aren't coming to pass? Now, one thing I want to point out is Gehazi. In verse 27, when he sees the Shunammite woman coming, who has been very kind to him, as she falls to the prophet's feet to begin to explain her situation, he comes up and attempts to push her away. But Elisha says, no, let her be. She's in great distress. Now, you're walking with the man of God. You know his ministry. You know what he does. So why would you come up to push this woman away when you've eaten and you stayed in her house too? Because you're the prophet's adjutant. So where he goes, you go. So you know exactly who this woman is, and yet you attempt to push her away. Just put a pin there, and I'll come back to that. So, let's find out what happens then to the Shunammite woman a little later. So let's go on over to chapter 8. And remember, it's all about timing. Chapter 8, verses 1 through 6. Now Elisha had said to the woman whose son he had restored to life, go away with your family and stay for a while, wherever you can, because the Lord has decreed a famine in the land that will last 7 years. The woman proceeded to do as the man of God said. She and her family, they went away, and they stayed in the land of the Philistines for 7 years. At the end of the 7 years, she came back from the land of the Philistines and went to the king to beg for her house and her land. The king was talking to who? He's talking to Gehazi, the servant of the man of God, and had said, child, you got to tell me about all the great things Elisha has done. So just as Gehazi was telling the king how Elisha had restored the dead to life, the woman whose son Elisha had brought back to life came to beg the king for her house and her land. Timing is everything. So Gehazi said, this is the woman, my lord, the king, and Lord, this is her son, who Elijah restored to life. Then the king asked the woman about it, and she told him. Then the king, he assigned an official to her case and said to him, give back everything that belonged to her, including all the income from her land from the day that she left the country until now. Wow. Timing is everything. Yeah. So what if he had just, because it seemed like he was about to do the right thing and really just talk about the good things that had happened in this woman's life. But when she showed up, the king actually had a chance to hear it from her. Yeah. And I'm convinced that she told the story with such passion. Here's the baby right here. Oh my God, it was unbelievable. And when she got through telling the story, I'm convinced that maybe the king even became a believer. Amen. To the point where he didn't just say, okay, well you can go back and live on your land. No, give her all her stuff and all the income that it would have generated from the time that she left until now. Yeah. Enlargement. Yeah. That's enlargement. Because she could have just gave her a status quo kind of deal. Okay, it is your land. Okay, you put a new kind out there. But he gave her everything and more. So what is the land in your life that you are waiting on God to restore? And then to restore it to you with interest. Wow. Is it your marriage? Is it a child that the enemy has snatched